Good evening. Western Lines of Scotland to start with tonight. Bit of Steam, which seems to be popular on YouTube, which is taking me a little bit by surprise, I must admit. I'd considered only doing Steam as a little bit of a personal indulgence because I enjoy it so much, but looking at the way that the YouTube videos are looked at, they're looked at far more often than anything else. So, next trip with SBR Standard 2MT is a stopping passenger run to Castle Douglas. Begin by collecting empty coach and stock from the carriage sidings. The train is due to depart from Dumfries at 8 o'clock. So we are driving the 2MT from Digital Traction. That's a good idea actually, Ricky. Let's do the 158 next. Just waiting for our green light. So this scenario looks like it's around about an hour, so 158 will come after that, Ricky. So heading back into carriage siding 2 in Dumfries to pick up our coaching stock, and then we're going to do a passenger run. Hey, Dark and Joint, welcome back this evening. And Silly Jillyland. Funny name. Picked up the coaching stock. That's we've got to go back forward to that down marker again, and then we can be reversed back into the passenger sidings, platforms. Platforms. That's the one I was looking for. Hey Dean, thanks for joining the channel. Doug, I'm doing very good. Thank you very much. How are you doing? Hey, welcome back Ed, thanks for joining. And just in advance for all the criticisms and lessons I'm sure I'm going to get taught. So we're waiting here for the dispatcher to just set the route back into the platform. That's it, we're cleared into platform 1. That's okay, Nico. Once we get going, I shall probably be just mostly in head-out view, so hopefully it won't upset too much. Ed, these scenarios are career scenarios. Oh no, they're not. They're standard. There's no scoring down here. These are standard scenarios. get some passengers on board, and then we'll get going. I am intending to obey the speed limits. I'm not promising to succeed. Hey there, Ray Red, John, and Prez. Welcome back to the channel this evening. Hopefully we'll use up enough coal that this thing will stop blowing off all the time. I won't what? Ed? Sorry, I'm not sure I follow what you're saying there. Okay, next stop is Maxwell Town. Oh, it's a bit like that, is it? Lovely. Well, let us flash the living daylights out of it then. I think not only that, Nico, the blowing off in the station it's just a bit rude. No one likes it. It's very loud and unpleasant. Usually makes all the children start crying, which is never good. Yes, I will try not to forget the injector. Thanks for the signing up, subscribing to the YouTube channel, Joint, much appreciated. You can make the boiler pressure go up to a certain level, but there are two safeties. I just realised I need to stop here. Oops. Very true, the safety's foul, you've got a big problem. Yes, I was a little bit poor bringing into that station, but we stopped. Everyone's going to get off the train. It's not the end of the world. Remember, we've got a couple of wagons behind us as well. Hey, Mama of Two, welcome back to the channel. Haven't missed much. We're just doing a run with the 2MT on Western Lines of Scotland, and after that we're going to do the 158 on Settle Carlisle. Next station is Lockenhead in 4 miles. And I forgot to turn off the injector. It's a good job priming isn't supported. I get asked what my favourite route train is just about every show. And I'm probably giving different answers each time, which probably isn't good. I like this one, Western Lines of Scotland. The steam era, it's got lots of possibilities for shunting, for local operations, and for a bit of reasonable speed running. Lots of different variety. Can't beat it really. Well, unless your thing is high speed mainline running, in which case this is not your route. Hey Cornholio, how's Beavis? You mean London to Faversham? Yes, I do really enjoy that route actually. That's a good reminder. backing up on the card off a bit because the boiler pressure is running a tad on the low side. Oh, I'm all about speed, Ed. Speed, speed, speed. Never mind the boiler pressure. Well, of course, what you could do is you could get the if you've got wood headline, you can always put the black 08 that comes with the wood headline to good use on this route. That would be quite appropriate. Or some of the other smaller shunters in other routes as well. And I believe we have a green BR shunter, don't we? Sorry, the 08. And that would also be another appropriate one. Oh, on the marketplace for the 08, yes, I seem to recall we put 3 marketplace 08 packs up, or is it 2? Can't remember how many. I know there was one pack that never made it up for some reason, but I'm sure we'll get there eventually. But as Ed says, absolutely, put the Ginty to use in the yards. Superb loco. This loco doesn't have a lot of guts, but then it's only a standard 2, so I wouldn't expect it to. I'm not too fussed about pushing too much more out of the loco. If you look at the ETA, we're actually running about 20 seconds ahead of schedule, so we're on the right side. Quick drive is awesome, isn't it? I did the quick drives on Western Lines of Scotland. Spent quite a lot of time trying to add in lots of different AI traffic that made each of them a bit different and a bit interesting, also varied, putting a lot of freight stock in the yards, so tried to bring the quick drives to life a bit. Hopefully I succeeded. It seems alright when I use it. Nico, if some of the routes have got AI, so for example this one, Western Lines of Scotland, certainly does have AI traffic on it in quick drive. Maybe one of these sessions, what I should do is actually show you guys how to make your own quick drives, because you can do that with the tools that are in the game. Just not very difficult at all. Slowing down, good time to get some water in the tank. Thomas, the tank engine. We talked about Thomas yesterday, didn't we? Love Thomas, always have. Not quite so keen on all the licensing problems with it, which is probably why you won't really see it. Oh, on free roam scenarios, yes, you're on. Sorry, on free roam scenarios, you won't see the AI traffic there. Guilty, Edward, guilty. I do rather well the infestations quite quickly. Never mind. Next stop is Kiliwan in just a bit over 2 miles. Rough estimate, I'd say we've got about half an hour left on this scenario. That's a pretty cool sign to get after dark. I like that. Take railways seriously or else. Hey Gander Gaming, welcome back to the channel. Time to ease up on the throttle. We're going downhill and we are slightly behind somehow after all that thrashing. Never mind. Try and come in a little bit slower just to keep young Ed happy there. Of course now we're probably saying I'm coming in too slow. I can't win! Is that more to your liking, Ed? It made me late. You and your good driving requests. Welcome to the channel, Ali Alio, and goodbye gaming. That's just lovely, Dom. That's a lovely story. Thank you very much. No. Ah, you see, I've got a cross. It's not on. I'm going to fail this scenario. Giving back career scenarios, all is forgiven. Ticket man, where we're going, we don't need no ticket man. Yeah, but now I'm just going to fail the scenario. Boom! I'm 60 seconds late and I'm going to fail the scenario. There. Can't win. Next station, Kadungeon in 1.7 miles. Oh, I've done much better than minus 1600 points penalty. Much better. I was slowing down trying to get to the speed limit for the time. But yes, it's easily done, that's the problem. Just like a lapse of concentration and that's it. Hey, welcome to the channel there, MD68DK. Yes, indeed, I do have the Class 321. Well, it's not technically 0.1, it's actually 1.0 over the speed limit. So, because if the speed limit is 30, you're allowed to do 30.9 before the score snipers come out. Can you derail? Yes, you can derail. If you go around corners too fast, it will come flying off the tracks. Similarly, if you go smashing into something else, that doesn't end well either. I try not to do that, it has to be said. The thing to remember with a lot of the scoring stuff is that generally it's 1 point per second that you are per 1 mile per hour over. So if you're 10 miles per hour of the speed limit, you're losing 10 points per second, which racks up very quickly. The brake a bit harder than I would like, because I think I left that braking a little bit late. Never mind. At least we haven't dumped vacuum. And we're late into this one as well. Hi Chris, no I'm not sitting in a train, I've got a green screen set up, and the image behind me is actually a screenshot from the game that I took. It's based on the Class 319 cab. I just thought it'd be nicer than looking into my garage. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can get some different cabs set up so that you can I can change them around a little bit depending on the kind of engine I'm driving. That's a good idea. Okay, next stop, Suffolk in 2 miles. You can turn off the speed limits in career scenarios, but they then are basically no longer, they're not scored career scenarios in the same way anymore. So for example, if you edit a career scenario, it will no longer submit scores to the leaderboards or or count towards your XP, for example. If it will even let you still play the scenario after you've edited it. But remember, Ed was actually making scenarios for the dog tag pack, and basically, yes, as he said, the speeding there was so ridiculous, we just took the speed limits out. So it's sort of like when you're making the scenario, you can set it up, but it doesn't really work if you're an end user, I don't think. Looks like the fire mass is down a bit too far now. The boiler's struggling to come up. Not sure what you're asking, Nico. There is a setting in the option, Nico, where you can turn off the end game on SPAD, if I recall correctly. Or is it that it always ends game on SPAD? I can't remember which way that option works. bring the cut-off back, the regular back to a minimal setting, and boiler pressure can come back up. That's been I've allowed that to go far too low. Just pulling into Suffolk Station now. Hey Mike, welcome back to the channel. Hey AC6000, welcome back mate. No, I didn't work on any of the character art in the game, I'm afraid. It does open a number of intriguing possibilities, doesn't it, John? Something to think about it over your Christmas vacation. Next station is Dalbeattie. Hi Ricky, welcome back. So which is my favourite of the Tornado liveries? Oh, Garter Blue, without a shadow of a doubt. I think that livery is gorgeous. Coming into Castle Douglas, and I believe that's where this scenario ends. So it's in just under 5 miles. So I'm going to let the boiler pressure come back up as we go down this side of the hill, so that I've got a little bit extra boiler pressure to push it up the other side of the hill. There we go, going up the other side. Welcome to the channel there, Hanks and Jonesy. Thanks for the follow there, Dunno. Nice username. Welcome to the channel, Erdeno and Muffin Man. A little under 2.5 miles now to Castle Douglas, which will be our last station, and then it'll be over to the Settle & Carlisle line for a little trip on the 158. So do I gather there, Erdeno, that you prefer TS15? That's really good to hear. Do tell me all about it. What is it you prefer about TS15 over TS14? It's always good to get positive feedback. It's always good to get any feedback, to be honest, but I'm definitely interested in hearing some of the positive differences that you've seen between the two. I know for me it's probably the clouds. I really like the new skies. They can recreate some really quite dramatic scenes. Castle Douglas just appeared on the HUD screen, so just under a mile to go. Hey, welcome there, Jubilee Line, Ducks back, and Panzer, welcome. Distance signal is on, so signal is on, didn't we? Either that or it was a forced distance, just to remind us to slow down. This there. Home signal is in the off position, so we're clear to proceed. Yeah, I must admit, I've kind of got used to the menus now, and certainly the search facility. I mean, I pretty much ignore all of the other functionality these days because the search facility, once you get the hang of how it works, is blisteringly useful. You can find things very quickly. Yes, the weather's really nice. I mean, certainly some of the scenarios. If you land on Munich Garmisch, for example, there's some of the tall mountains, and you can see the clouds draping even around them and in front of them, which is superb. Something you just never would have got in the old weather system. There's an advert with some whisky made in Scotland, and there's actually at one point was an advert for Sean Connery, an actual advert for Sean Connery, but obviously we don't have permission to use adverts with Sean Connery in them, so this became an advert with Derek Siddle in it instead. There's been thunder and lightning in ever since TS13. Sherman Hill had thunder and lightning in it, and even this route's had thunder and lightning in it as well. It doesn't seem to be accepting my my stop here. What's going on? What's going on, game? What's going on? Let's move forward a bit. Trying to open the doors, pressing T is doing nothing. There we go. For some reason it just didn't like how we positioned. I tell you what then, before we do the 1.5, actually no, I promise we'd do the 158 next. Let's do the 158 next, and then after the 158 we'll come back to Western Lines of Scotland and do a scenario called Ayr to Stranraer, which is a sort of a short 25-minute scenario that's got a dramatic change in the weather where the clouds come in, the fog comes in, and you get lots of cracking and flashing and all sorts of things. I need to improve my timekeeping. You know what? You're right. No one needs to argue that point. So, finish that scenario. So I'm going to go and sort us out with something on the